Step 4 asks us to sort the sensors table from smallest to largest by the cost field. So I'm just going to head over here to the cost field. This is one way to do it, and choose smallest to largest. Since these are in a table, these are all considered records now. Each row is one record, and all the information within a record will stay with itself. So no matter which field it's sorted by, all the records will stay together. Step 5 talks about using an advanced filter. So before we use the advanced filter, let's look at a regular filter, right? The regular filter we know can filter, maybe we just want to see the nose, and we can do it that way. So that's what I'm calling a regular filter. That's one way to filter out your information. If you, another way to filter in place, so this would be considering filtering in place, and you wanted to easily use more than one piece of criteria. So maybe you want to see all the Fish Chip 3 compatible sensors that are more than $10. And then you can do that. Actually, they textbooks set this up for you down here. So you would enter yes down here for that's the criteria to know that it's compatible. And here you would do a greater than $5 or $10, whatever you want. And then it could filter your information in place here, or we can actually have it filter to a different location. So let's see what it looks like first to filter something in place using the advanced filter. A couple things you need to do before you get started creating your advanced filter is you need to have your field names exactly like they are in your table. So the easiest way to do that would be to copy it. If they weren't already here, you would copy that information down here. Because even if there was one extra space after a word, it would skew your results. So it needs to be exact. And then we put in our criteria. So let's say we want to see only Fish Chip 3s that are compatible and that are greater than $10. And I'm going to click back in my table, and I'm going to click on Advanced. And for this one, we're going to just filter the list in place. This isn't what our directions are asking us. We'll come back and do what the directions ask us to do in a minute. Here it has selected my list range, which is my table. And then the criteria range, and sometimes if you're already there, let's see, is down here. So I'm going to select this information and replace it with this information. And even though my criteria is in the last two fields of my table, I'm still selecting the all the field names here. And then we're going to filter the list in place so everything here is good, and we'll say OK. And now that you can see that we only are seeing Fish Chip 3s that are compatible and that are over $10. Okay, I am going to undo that. So step 5 says to use the advanced filter to filter outside of your list. And this is useful if you want to have it outside and you can copy and paste it to a different location. All kinds of reasons why you might want to filter it outside of your table. So for this one, we are just looking for records that are Fish Chip 3 compatible. Another thing to mention too is this information is down here, but it could actually be above your table if you wanted to, or on the side of your table if you wanted to, or even on a different worksheet. So again, the textbook set up this data file and they just happened to place it down here. And then to do this advanced filter, they also copy the headings one more time so that they can go underneath to make it easier to read. You can do this if you want. You don't have to. I'll show you a couple different ways how this works. So again, we're going to go to the advanced filter. It's appropriately selected my table for me. I can see my marquee going around. This time I want to choose copy to another location. My criteria range is actually perfect. It's the same as the other one was. And then we're going to copy it to, and since we have our headings and the headings are exact, we can just select that row and say OK. And it will put all the records underneath that heading. You can also I'm just going to do the exact same thing actually, but I'm going to start in this cell down here. Advanced, copy to another location, and this time our location is just going to be this cell here, and I'll say OK. And then you can see it actually puts the headings in for you. So however, in your real life you want to use the advanced filter, that could be up to you.